Gavaz, fastest lap. Pole for Gavaz. Statin got overruled. Frieza still P3. Mativeri comes very, very close to Frieza. Not that much. 200ths of a second. We are into overtime. Contreras goes over the line. Not making it better. Statin gets a clear way. And... Oh! Oh, shit! Holy hell! Not MX-5 Drift Enjoyer. I hate Catwell. I'm not doing MX-5. Statin! Insane! I am very proud of my LJL boys. Stinge P5. We are in overtime. Is he? He's not done yet. Is he pushing? Is he pushing for another one? Oh. I'm not sure Stinge was on a fast lap. If he was, oh, Durkaj. He was 0.4 up. Shimon did an oopsie. Yeah, game chat is off for now. Anzeige ist raus. Yes, Supreme. Anzeige is indeed raus. Okay, welcome! Welcome to Suzuka in the Tatuus World Series. We are doing a bit, putting the music down a little bit. We are ready. We are ready it indeed. And as you see it, Statin in the front. Good luck, boys! Make him proud. We are going off with the stream avatars. We are ready. Are you ready? I hope you are. Welcome. Yet indeed to Suzuka. Will we see a bump in T1? It's almost... I mean, we'll see. Hydration for sure. For sure. And the light is green. Statin has a good start so far. Gavaz does not. Frieza goes into P2 from there. And we are going into T1. What will we see here? Do we see a bump? Do we see a crash? Everything good so far. Everything seems to be alright. Gavaz retaking his second position. At the moment, Frieza still quite close. We have a convoy here. Let's change to intervals in this race. Quite close at the moment. Meyerhofer, side by side. Oh, we have a convoy here. We definitely have a convoy here. Meyerhofer, Durkaj. Let me unpin it and just put it off. We don't need the chat right now, at least not here. Meyerhofer. Going in, going side by side with Durkaj, almost bumping him. Bagley in P8 doing a good job here for Muffler Shop Racing. And Durkaj dive bombing And they touch Durkaz, losing it in the process. Crazy. Flanagan goes through. Side by side. High-speed racing. Versus Noorderwijker. Is James trying something? Gavaz Statine fighting side by side. Into Spoon. And onto the backstretch. Still almost side by side. Frieza watching from behind. Looking at this. And seeing where he can maybe put his car in. Lobkov versus Claudio Diana. We are side by side. He brakes early, goes off the throttle, throws it in. Doesn't throw it in that much. Opens the door. Schultz on the outside. Schultz into P14 here. Michael Schultz for Muffler Shop Academy. Contreras into P5. Side by side with Mikus Adstinj, Noorderwijker, Latvian, Junior Locomotives. Contreras slowly closing that door, and Adstinj not making the effort to put it in. Just saying, well, just take that. And also almost spun there on the curb. Gets pressured by Mike van der Burgt at this point. Here in the anti-banked curve. But Mike has to be careful if he opens up that or too much. Bagley might just put his nose in, and he is. He is. Bagley is trying for it. Side by side. Or not. Mike throws it in over the curbs. The setup of the Van der Burgt seems to be quite good in terms of curbs. He threw it in. Bagley could not replicate that, and you don't do that side by side going into the hairpin right now. What happened to Statine? That's a good question. I'm not sure if he was just overtaken by Mativeri and Frieza. Something must have happened here. Huge crash! Huge crash! Gruber's off. Bruschino is off. Meyerhofer goes through into P18. Something must have happened. Not sure what happens. Yordake, that is the thing if we we'll talk about that at some point. Frieza, Statine side by side. Oh, and we bump with Frieza. But just a small one, nothing too scary. Statine has to be careful, he gets report over chat here. Wesley is not done with Claudio Diana from the Aeronet SSI eSport team. And right in front of Claudio Diana is Michael Schultz. The convoy in the back here. Statine! And Frieza! They touch at T1. Crazy. That lost them some points. Someone's getting a penalty. Potenza losing it as well. Rejoining. Hopefully re-save. Join. Lee. Whatever. Potenza in the back for now. Adstinj locking into his target. In that case, Matt Contreras. Closing in. Lap 3 out of 21. Resave jointly exactly. Here at the hairpin. Pushing out, and I think Matt's position might be threatened if Adstinj keeps that up. I think you have to leave a space all the time. You have to leave a space. Unfortunately, the streamer bot is off right now. Just to prevent Tekikis und __ from spamming TTS commands. Meyerhofer off. Losing it somewhere here. But rejoining relatively safely. Bruschino takes P19. Claudio Diana still quite in the front. P13 here. His teammate Durkaz front of him. I feel attacked. Ha! Schultz in front of that. I think minutes. We tried to get it as close to 45 minutes, LGI. Oh, we have a battle on our hands. P14 to P11 are fighting for it. Now the question everybody's asking themselves is, when will people pit? Statin P9. After his very, very rough touch with Frieza, he is back on the road. I'm on the road again. And now we have to see if that is at all salvageable. His teammate, Jason Bagley, gunning at Dunlop right now, trying to get close to Mike. Mike Vanderburgt here. They are throwing it over the curbs like nobody else. Schultz, Dorkage side by side, switching places here and there. Schultz tries to keep on fighting. Let's see if Dorkage can defend it. If he is faster or not. Into it now. Whoa, whoa, whoa. That wheel movement looked very, very crazy. Claudio Diana in the back there as well. Wesley still trying to find a spot where he can put the car in. And it might be here. They seem to have been almost side by side. And Claudio Diana loses it. Wesley goes into him. Does he have to wait? He has to wait now. Oh, no. Claudio Diana. Unfortunately losing it again on the curb there. Braking. And that was very close. Gruber. Whoa, 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 whoa. Claudio Diana, Ciro Broschino. And Ciro has brutal damage in his suspension. James Flanagan comes into the pit as well. As you see, the suspension is done for. Cooked. And we had to teleport. Statin had to teleport. And he is logging out something. I think we might see most penalties ever in this race. Frieza losing it. Suzuka. Ay, ay, ay. What have I signed up to here? Crazy. Frieza still in. Doesn't look like the podium today. I will put that in, Yodake. Fredipat, you can maybe let me know what happened there. The bump was on display. But as you know, everything can be put into reports. Seems to be quite rough today at Suzuka. I'm not sure why this is so much worse than Magione. I don't know why this is so much worse than Baku. Something's wrong here, and I'm not sure what. I thought of all places Suzuka. Guy spun in front of me, moved onto racing line. Oh, I'm so done. Yeah, that will have penalty points for sure if that is the case. I hope you save the replay. I hope you can save something and put in the reports. If he moved on to the racing line, that's just, yeah, that penalty should be harsh. Bagley losing a T1. Ooh, 12 seconds for now. Hi, Carl. Hi, Carl. Welcome. Hello, hello, and welcome. How you doing? I'm doing very, very good. Welcome to the big race here at Suzuka. This is my big series. I'm doing, that's my first big series where there's trophies you can win. And it's a closed-up championship, a team championship, so to speak. And this is the third race right now that we are doing. Which, of course, we have some controversy. Already had some crashes. We already did that, LGI. I might show it later again. Durkaj, Lobkov switch places as well. But Adstinch is not done with Mike van der Burgt. Adstinch also, new livery for Suzuka. Made by Aufschneider. Durkaj's livery. Very, very bad moment to go to Durkaj. And Lobkov goes through. Durkaj loses it completely. But yeah, now you see the livery here. Durkaj off. Fusco also off. That's not the way you want to face on track. Gavaz at the moment in P1. He said winning is not possible today. I don't think so. I see. Seems cool to watch. I hope so, Haikal. I hope so. That is the deal. Contreras at the moment here with the special Suzuka Marlboro livery is hunting down Lame Motorsport. Mativeri trying to get into that window of opportunity into the slipstream. Bagley into the pits. Those tires might be done. Not sure. Looks like a normal pit. Maybe he is pitting for mediums. Maybe he does soft medium. Maybe he does something else. I'm not sure yet. We'll see. Into here. And right there from the back, I already see it. Mike is getting closer. That is the battle at the moment. Also, Durkaj, Schultz are battling it out as well. When will Durkaj make the move? He tries. He sees the door opening, the gap. And they are side by side. And Durkaj, as he does it normally is pushing quite a bit and trying to threaten Schultz a bit with some moves. Closing the doors or just breaking open the gap with the crowbar. Trying to get Schultz into opening the door for him. And in the process, unfortunately, overshot and went onto the gravel. Potenza Schlebusch. Same old, same old. Potenza into the braking zone side by side here with Schlebusch. Gruber took his drive-through penalty for cutting. Academy is in the points at the moment. That is right. I like to see that. Now on the backstretch, Schlebusch has some time to get into the slipstream and maybe try for an overtake. Into the braking zone. Contreras in pit. Changing of tires maybe. And the last curve. Schlebusch is ahead here. Will he stay ahead? That is a question we have to ask ourselves. Maybe in 10 laps. If he is still ahead, Contreras changing. Might be just a thing of tires. Quick tire change. He's out again in P8 right now. First pit stop of the day. Behind him, Mike van der Burgt, his wing does look a bit crooked, but I'm not sure. Oh, Schlebusch losing it and standing on the road, very, very nearly taking someone out. The Academy and Schultz at the same point or close to the same point. Schultz rejoining relatively safely. Yeah, that was good. That was good. Bagley also off. What is happening here? What is happening? Sirius says he is stuck. Now he's back on track. Now he's back on track. Schlebusch on the road again. Why is Bagley driving? Because he's a reserve and Yodaka is not driving. Yodaka is, because Yodaka is not driving. F1 Suzuka 2024 moment. I didn't see that race yet. So, now I know what to look out for. Dorcage now seeing the opportunity. Wesley Vanderburg fighting with Mike Contreras. Dorcage, LGI Racing Team. In front, Wesley from Burgt Racing Team. Or Burgt Racing Team. Contreras for Nordawaker and CUMK into the braking zone here. Interesting, interesting. Doesn't use as much curb as Wesley in that case did. We are still looking at the battle. Mike in P3 versus Mattiveri. Of course, as you might remember, last race in this particular series, Magione, ended with Mike and Wesley on the podium. Very valuable points with the team. Today, Mike is also in third place. Right now, we'll have to see if he can make it till the end in that place and if Wesley can get closer. It looks very promising so far. Gavars at the moment is in his own race, 7 seconds in the front. He is racing in another league right now. Doesn't have any competition whatsoever at the moment. That is because Simon Statin unfortunately had to retire the car due to, I think, damage. LGI, we saw a Gavars DNF last race, and I don't think that will happen again. Oh, Contreras, I think losing it. Dorcage going through and Wesley going through into P7. Now it's just, was it a TP? I don't think so. I don't think drive-through for speeding wouldn't give it, wouldn't be TP. Right? So, grid stretches. Almost everybody is 2 or 3 seconds out of each other. Tyler Schlebusch, unfortunately in P16, but the race is not over yet. Adstinj off, losing it. Nobody behind him though. Did not lose any points whatsoever in that particular moment. He lost time. If he hasn't pitted and Lobkov did, then that might result in him catching him over the time. Frieser goes into pit. Schultz P12. Schultz P12 also driving for Muffler Shop Academy, as well as Tyler Schlebusch. At the moment outside of the points, but we can hope that in 11 laps there can still be changes here. A big crash, for example, side by side, Wesley Vanderburg with Shimon Durkaj, LGI versus Burgt Racing. Into the braking zone at Spoon Curve. Another break and pushing. The 2 worst races aren't counted. I believe it was 3 races, but it could also be 2. Schlebusch takes his drive-through for unfortunately speeding into the pit lane. Well, sometimes just even 1 km/h faster into the pit lane can result in a drive-through penalty. Adstinj goes into pit. Maybe his tires are done now. Maybe he is switching for it. Looking good. Lobkov goes through. Potenza goes through. Durkaz goes through. And Wesley, right on time. Wesley goes into the pit. Switching tires. Probably switching tires as well. There is no immediate race or no immediate fight on the grid right now. We are at Snake. Let's go with Potenza for just a teeny tiny bit. Here, the 11th lap, we are at anti-banked curve. Flowing beautifully into Dunlop. Christian Potenza driving. I don't want to say anything wrong here. Christian Potenza driving for... Wait a minute. I'm not stupid, am I? No, high-speed racing, yes. Christian Potenza driving for high-speed racing. I had it in my mind and then I thought, is he actually? Yes, he is high-speed racing, of course. Without a livery, sometimes you don't see it. Would be good for me if it was 3. I will see about it. It should be in the rulebook, Fredapet. Maybe you can consult that. It should be on the WSS page. The rulebook, and maybe that says if it's 2 or 3. I believe it might be 3. Fusco off! Fusco off, losing it. Tries to get back there, and he is back on the road. Nobody in the immediate vicinity, so he can... Oh, no! Oh, no, okay. That is just... I think that is just a bit of a bug, right? Or do we, like, for real have a suspension issue? No, I think that's just a... Okay, I think that's just a bug. Mativeri goes into P1, but I don't think that is net P1. Everybody pits now for new tires. Gavaz included. Lap 12, first corner, 12th lap out of 21. Schlebusch P15, Schultz P10. Let's go through the teams, shall we? Gavaz P2. Gavaz does not have a teammate today on the road, so Gavaz has to basically lift the world on his shoulders right now. He's Atlas trying his best to get them valuable points for the team Latvian Lightning Locomotives here today. Then Mativeri for Lame Motorsport in P1 right now, probably closer to P2 or P3, with Lobkov, his teammate, in P4 at this point. We have the Thunderbirds in their beautiful, beautiful Suzuka livery. Mike Thunderbook in P3, Wesley Thunderbook in P10 right now. Matt Contreras and Meyerhofer, who Meyerhofer retired, unfortunately. I wonder what happened there. Contreras in P6 now, as well as Gavaz, like, has to get some valuable points out of it for the team championship and especially for the drivers championship. We have Potenza in P4, who just got the place from Lobkov, and his teammate James Flanagan in P17. Very, very different in terms of the standings here. P4 and P17. Then we have Adstinj, Mikos Adstinj for the Latvian Lightning Locomotives. Mativeri, by the way, gets a drive-through for speeding into the pit lane. Has to do one round additionally and go into the pit lane right after that as well. Mikos Adstinj with Friesa also on the road is in P7 and in P11. Friesa always a very, very fast driver. But when it really comes to the race, so far he has been very, very unlucky and always just barely getting some points when in qualifying the pace is extraordinary, I have to say. Schultz and his teammate Tyler Schlebusch in P8 and P15. Schlebusch slowly gaining his pace back. He is fast, but can he be fast enough to maybe get into the points? I'm not sure that is in the cards today, but he's doing very, very well. Michael Schultz in P8, fighting with Durkaz right now, and that is our next team, LGI Racing team. Durkaz P9, And Fusco, his teammate, P14. Mitch Fusco also had some spins here. It seems like Suzuka so far, especially in the beginning of this race, was quite rough. We have seen some spins. We have seen some crashes here. We didn't see that much in T1. We did see in T1 L1, not in lap 1. But in lap 2, we saw Statine and Frieza getting pushed in T1, and that already took some time off of them, and now Statine has retired. Frieza is still running. Durkaj, Fusco, we already talked about. Let's go to Frieza, we already had. Bagley. Muffler Shop Racing with Statine. That is Muffler Shop Racing. Jordake would have driven originally, but they switched with Bagley on I'm not even sure how much training Bagley had. For that, in 12th position, he is doing very, very well for himself. We will see what he can achieve in that. Mativeri in the second pit, doing his drive-through. Potenza in P6 right now. Also into the pit. I think that is his mandatory pit that he does for tires. We have Talarino in the Italcheck livery. Talarino and Gruber, his teammate. Talarino P13, Gruber P17. Both outside the points, at least for now. Claudio Diana, unfortunately, retired as well. And Ciro Broschino wants to end the race, at least is in P18 right now. I had a talk with those guys, a little bit of an interview beforehand. They did say they had some problems, not that much time to prepare for it, as they did for Magione. And, yeah, I think also a little bit of unfortunate incidents here. Added to that, there would have been more in the cards, especially Ciro Broschino, who the camera is on right now. Did relatively good times, was right around the midfielders, 10, 11, somewhere along the lines of that. I think we could have seen more from Aeronet SSI Esports. And that was all the teams we have, at least today. Let me go into the trusted config mode and see about the progress. So let's first tell that pit stops. Mativeri took 2, Schlebusch 2, but included is penalties. So, then let's go to progress. As you see, Gavaz made up 1 position. Started in 2nd, is in 1st now. Lobkov with, I think, one of the biggest progress he so far has in this race. 11 places up. That is crazy. That is crazy. Started P14, is in P3 now. Crazy. Lame Motorsports here. Beautifully made. Contreras, 3 places up. Adstinch is where he started. Hydration, but of course, I will. We are in lap 15. Potenza, 2 places up from where he started. 11 places, that's really good, I agree. And the competition does not sleep. Lobkov is fighting against really, really fast people here. And I think he was the most fortunate to not be involved in all those crashes and things. And do keep in mind that penalties will be made afterwards. So the way they are finishing this race might not be how it will be in the end. There will still be some. How is Adstinch taking the death curve? I think that the setup makes it all. The winner takes it all. The setup makes it all. I would say. If somebody knows what no, never mind. Potenza, 2 places up. Durkaj, 4 places up. Wesley Vanderburgt, 8 places up. And now we get into Friese, unfortunately 6 places down, but he is in the points yet again. I'd like to see replay. I feel like that's past the white line. Interesting. Yeah, we will look at it. We might look at it. The replay will be uploaded for everybody to see, hopefully. But yeah, we will see. Mativeri 6 places down. That might be due to his drive-through penalty. He was up there, P3. So I think Lobkov and Mativeri just switched places. I think Lobkov was in the realm of P6, P7 before. Now he's in P3. And Mativeri was in P3, P2 area before. And now is in P10. Bagley lost 2 places from the start, but that is not too much deviation in my opinion. Tallarino gained 8 places, and you know why? Because Tallarino wasn't able to qualify. He had a qualifying ban for Suzuka, so he had to start from the pits, from the back at least, from the back of the grid, and made up 8 places so far. Not sure if he can go into the points, but so far looks pretty good. Mitch Fusco. Still not sure if it's Mitch or Mitchell. Let me check right now. I think it's Mitchell. But let me be just completely sure about it. Suzuka. It's Mitch. It's Mitch, not Mitchell. So it's Mitch Fusco here. 4 places up. Michael Schulz. 5 places up. Doing a very good job. Bruschino unfortunately off. Was that a touch with Friese? Or wasn't it? I'm not sure. Friese was looking quite a bit slow there. And it looks like Bagley and Friese might fight soon. But I'm not sure if something was on there. I'm not sure if something happened there. Bagley locking in. He is ready to make the move for its 17 laps. Almost done. 4 laps left after that. 4 laps left. Sorry, my math. My math didn't math. Boots him for me, he says. Friese gets the boots. We are side by side. Friese is still holding on. But Bagley closes the door right up. And he is gunning for the braking zone. Does Friese? That looked to me almost like Friese wanted to fit into that braking zone with a dive bomb. Not sure if he should have done that. Yes. Schlebusch 1 position up from where he started. Flanagan 4 positions down. Gruber 1 up. Bruschino 4 positions up, but has a drive-through for speeding. And at that point, I think Bruschino will at least have 4 positions up until the end, because the other guys did retire the car. That's really close. Almost collide. I would agree. That looked very, very close. But Bagley, I think, thought himself that he is in the right. He can just turn the car in, and if something happens, you know who it's on, because that might have been not side by side. Well. So far, we have seen beautiful battles. We have seen quite enough crashes. And now, we will see where we end up. Drift Enjoyer completely fine. I was 2 seconds off as well. And I can tell you, Barcelona, for the Pro-Am license, isn't much easier. I just got a setup that worked really, really well for the Pro-Am license. On the backstretch, Mativeri is locking into Wesley, I believe. That is Wesley Vanderburg. Yes, it is. Also, we have to say, Mike is P2. Mike is P2. We are at the Casio Triangle, and Mativeri, who is on screen right now, has a livery where there is Casio actually on it. Lay Motorsport, we have the Twitch plug, Twitch at twitch.tv/Mativeri, Kalcha, Castrol, Motec, and Casio. That is something we will talk about later, Drift Enjoyer. I struggled quite a bit with the DPI at Daytona. Yes, Fred and Pat, I'm also struggling quite a lot with that thing. I tried for pro license. I'm off by 4 seconds, I believe. Bagley off. Bagley off. Something happened. I'm not sure what happened. Something happened. Didn't you want Rookie back? Yes, still would like. I want AM back, basically. My AM I deserved. My AM I deserved. Broshino drive-through taken. I think you need to coach me, Fredapet, at some point. You need to coach me. The battle is on. Wesley versus Mativeri. I would gladly trade my skill and get a weak bladder for that. I have to become P-Man. Lobkov Contreras is on. 0.3. Sorry, I didn't want to upset you. I was just seeing that the battle is indeed on. And you don't see the candle. That's sad. You have to make the transition, yes. I have to wear adult diapers, but I can actually drive fast. That's a trade I'm willing to make. Flanagan was off track there for a second. 2 laps remaining almost. Gavaz is running his own race at this point. We are, let me check real quick. We are at 100% grip. Fastest lap of this race is Gavaz. Who would have thought? He is 1 second faster than anybody else on the grid. His fastest lap time is a 2:0.6. And I have to say, that is crazy. He is approaching now a bit of traffic. Gruber is off. Everything should be good though. Everything should be good. Anti-bank curve yet again. And that is... Oh, Lobkov has to come to the pits. Under fuel? Or is that a drive-through? No. Does he need to change pit... Is that a trick? Did he had to refuel? Is that a refueling thing? What's the strategy? What's the strategy? Because there is Potenza. There is Potenza. Locking in. 9 seconds. 8 seconds. 7. Lobkov did not... I don't think he changed tires. They might have cooled down, though. Potenza. Almost 7 flat. Can he make 7 seconds in almost 1 lap? I don't believe. I do not believe. Yes, I will send the replay after the race. If it's saved, of course. Friesa Bagley change. Yet again. And Bagley Does he get a point for Muffler Shop Racing today? I would love that. I would love that. Fusco is in the run for P12 against Talarino. And that's going to be very, very interesting. Daniele Talarino and Dunlop Fusco hunting him down. Last lap for everybody. The leader is on the final lap of this race. Guys, it has been a blast so far. Didn't know why I didn't put the map on the run here, but there it is. Gavaz, leader of this race, with 10 seconds to spare, 11 seconds to spare. Fastest lap. Going into the hairpin. One last time. Suzuka has been good to him. The competition got eliminated. To the dismay, is that the right word, of Fredepad, aka Simon Statin, Brännström Statin. And now he is catching first place. Very, very important points for the season here. 25 points, including the fastest lap, which we do count. If I'm correct about this, we do count that. And there we go, Gavaz. Gavaz into the Casio triangle. And approaching the last curve. He goes over the line and he wins in Suzuka. Race 3 is over. GG's. GG's. Mike van der Burgt secures himself another second place. Beautifully done. As well, Contreras, Schultz already over the line in P14. Contreras into last curve as well. Bruscino also over the line in P18. And Contreras gets P3. There is the podium. Latvian Lightning Locomotives. Bergt Racing. And on the third place is Noorderwijker CUMK. Adstinch over the line. P4 for the Latvian Junior Locomotives. Lobkov for Lame Motorsports going over the line as well. Potenza as well. Dorkash. LGI securing himself P7. Valuable points. Not really the 1-2 podium that was promised, but a good race nonetheless. Mativeri P8. Wesley going into it with P9. Friesa getting P10. Bagley. There might have been a mistake here. I'm not sure what happened. Something must have happened. But Bagley into the... Bagley going over the line. In 11th, Talarino 12th. Fusco, one of the last ones to go over here with P13. Schultz 14. Schlebusch P15. Flanagan P16. Gruber going over the line with a slight suspension.